The Ember's Rest was not a place for the faint of heart. Carved into the side of Mount Karex, the tavern catered exclusively to dragons, beings who had scorched worlds, toppled empires, and lived through centuries that would crush lesser minds. The walls bore battle scars, and the air shimmered with residual heat from breath weapons casually exhaled during heated debates. Jenna Cross shouldn't have been there at all. Yet there she stood, a human waitress, barely 23 standard years old, balancing a tray of molten sulfur ale with a casual confidence that made veteran warriors do double takes. Her uniform was scorched at the edges, an occupational hazard, and her dark hair was tied back in a practical ponytail. She moved between tables with practiced ease, dodging tails and wingtips that could flatten a ground car. "Refill?" she asked a table of younger dragons, not waiting for an answer before topping off their crystalline cups. At the far corner of the tavern, in the booth reserved for legends, sat Grainar. Old when mountains were young, his scales were the color of dying stars, deep purples and blacks that seemed to absorb light itself. Scars crisscrossed his massive frame, each one a story of survival. His eyes, ancient and knowing, watched the human girl with curiosity that bordered on disbelief. "She's been here 3 months?" rumbled Kathy, a dragon who'd fought in the Void Wars. "Never flinches, never complains." "Humans," snorted another veteran. "Fragile things. She'll burn out soon enough." Grainar said nothing. He'd seen empires of fragile things outlast dragons. Underestimating humans was a mistake he had long learned not to make. Jenna approached their table, seemingly unaware she was in the presence of beings who'd witnessed the birth of civilizations. "Evening, gentlemen. What'll it be?" "Gentlemen," Catherine chuckled, smoke curling from his nostrils. "I like this one, Grainar. She has manners." The ancient dragon's gaze fixed on Jenna. "You're not afraid?" It wasn't a question. Jenna shrugged. "Scared doesn't pay the bills. You want the house special or the import from the four?" A laugh rippled through the table. Genuine amusement from beings who rarely found anything amusing anymore. Grainar's eyes narrowed slightly, studying her with the intensity he once reserved for battle strategy. "Tell me, human, what brings one of your kind to serve dragons in their own den?" Jenna set down her tray with a slight clatter. "Tuition doesn't pay itself. Xenobiology degree at Carthalon University costs more than my parents made in a decade. This place pays triple what I'd make anywhere else." She pulled out her order pad. "Plus, the stories are incredible. Now drinks." "Xenobiology," Grainar repeated slowly. "You study us among others. Dragons are fascinating from a biological standpoint. Your respiratory systems alone violate like 6 laws of thermodynamics." She grinned. "Though I guess when you're apex predators who can fly through space on wing power alone, physics gets negotiable." The veterans exchanged glances. This human was educated, fearless, and had somehow made it sound like they were the interesting specimens. "How special," Grainar decided. As Jenna turned to leave, her eyes caught something. She froze mid-step, her gaze locked on Grainar's exposed forearm, where his scales formed a distinct pattern. A symbol that looked almost like a tattoo, but was actually a ritualistic scar common among the dragon legions of the old Terran Wars. The symbol was a coiled serpent consuming a star. Few humans would recognize it. Fewer still would understand its meaning. Jenna's face paled slightly, but her voice remained steady. "My mom has your tattoo." The entire tavern went silent. Even the crackling fires in the wall sconces seemed to dim. Grainar slowly unfolded his massive form until he towered over the human girl. His expression was unreadable. "Repeat that." Jenna didn't back down, though every survival instinct must have been screaming at her. "My mom, Sarah Cross. She has that exact mark on her shoulder. She got it during the Siege of Proxima Station, 43 years ago." Her voice wavered slightly. "She was a medic with the Human Relief Corps. She never talks about it much, but I've seen the scar." Grainar's ancient eyes actually widened in recognition. The other dragons had gone completely still. "Sarah Cross," Grainar repeated, his voice barely above a whisper. "The human who ran into fire. You know her." Jenna's professional demeanor cracked for the first time. "Know her, child. Your mother saved my wing brother when every dragon medic had declared him dead. Proxima Station was burning. The shields were down. We were evacuating, and she ran back into the collapse zone." He touched his scarred forearm reverently. "3 of us gave her this mark. It's not a tattoo. It's a life debt symbol. We burned it into our own scales and gifted her a replica. She was granted honorary dragonkin status. There are only 17 humans in history who've received such recognition. Jenna stood frozen, her breath caught. Your mother never told you? Grainar observed. She said she was just a medic, that she did her job. Jenna's voice was thick with emotion. She works at a clinic in the outer colonies now. Treats miners and their families. Grainar nodded slowly, a gesture of profound respect. That sounds like Sarah Cross. Still saving lives, still running toward fire. Now I understand where you get your courage, young one. You carry your mother's fire. The ancient dragon raised his voice so the entire tavern could hear. This human's mother is dragonkin. By extension, she is under our protection. Anyone who touches her answers to me. A chorus of acknowledging roars shook the mountain. Jenna blinked rapidly, overwhelmed. I still need to get your drinks, she said. Grainar laughed. A deep, genuine sound. Yes, and we will drink to Sarah Cross tonight, and to her daughter who walks among dragons without fear. As Jenna headed to the bar, her hands trembling slightly, she heard Catherine mutter, humans, absolutely insane species. Yes, Grainar agreed, watching her go. Please follow my channel for more videos. One click from you can change my life.